And we're here for the Argonaut Weekly. Matt Rowley along with Rob Walden from UWF Sports Information to recap last week for the UWF basketball teams. Rob, we'll start with the women's team. The Argonauts started off on the road with a couple more road games in GSE play, taking on Valdosta State on Thursday and then Lambeth on Sunday. First, talking about the Valdosta game, the Argonauts fell behind at first, but then was able to come back and make it a game late. What can you tell us about that one?
Yeah, Argos scored only 2 points in the final 13:47 of the first half of the Valdosta game, so they were kind of behind the 8 ball going into the second half, down 30-13 at the break. Blazers went up by 27 at one point early in the second half, but give credit to the Argonauts. They battled, they hung tough, they rallied to make it respectable at the end. 69-57 was the final in that one. It was the fourth straight GSC loss for the Argonaut women's team, but still nice to see with a little bit of a retooled roster. The ladies showed a lot of heart in the second half and did a good job fighting to make that game close.
They took some of that effort into Sunday's game at Lambeth, picking up their first GSC win of the season. Big performance from Shariah Scott in that one. What can you tell us about that game?
Yeah, Shariah knocked down 9 field goals, scored 20 points in that one. Also had a career-high 7 rebounds and 4 block shots and a 61-52 victory over Lambeth. Argos led pretty much the entire first half, went up by double digits at one point. Lambeth rallied, took a brief lead of their own with about 10 minutes left in the second half, 44-43. But Scott came down, knocked down a jumper on the very next possession, started an 8-0 run, and the Argos really never looked back. Nice to get the first GSC victory of the season. Shariah was spectacular. Octavia Bearden had one of the more efficient games you're ever going to see, 14 points in 11 minutes of court time. Jessica Young, 8 points and 15 rebounds in that game, so a good effort, and nice to see the UWF women's team snap that losing skid and get on the board in GSC play.
Now we'll switch over to the men's team. The Argonauts on the men's side faced a very powerful Valdosta State team on Thursday. Stayed in the game through the first half, down by just 5, but Valdosta State ran away with this in the second half. Got incredibly hot in that one.
Yeah, I tell you, especially the second half of the second half, I guess you can call it the fourth quarter of the game. Valdosta State was as hot from downtown as any team I've ever seen in person. I mean, literally, they could not miss. At one point in the second half, they hit 12 of 13 field goal attempts and 5 consecutive three-point attempts. Went on a 23-4 run late in the second half, pushed what was a very close game into a bit of a blowout. Argonauts did a good job hanging tough with Valdosta State for the first 30 minutes, but the Blazers really did overwhelm them in the late stages of the game.
Now on Sunday at Lambeth, the Argonauts were in that one till the end, down by 10 at halftime, but were able to fight back and tie it, and at the end of regulation, get into overtime, but Lambeth was able to hold on for the 4-point win.
Argos showed more resiliency in that game than I think I've seen them show all year long. It was a good effort by Bob Stennis' crew. You mentioned down double digits at the half. Tied the game early in the second half, then fell behind by 11 points again, so it looked like they made a rally and had run out of gas. That wasn't the case, though. Jamar Moore hit a big basket to send the game into overtime, tied at 73, so the Argos rallied from double digits on 2 separate occasions. Unfortunately, Lambeth got the first 2 baskets of the overtime period, and when you do that, you really get momentum. It seems like every possession is magnified in the overtime sequence. Argos fell behind early, could not rally in that overtime, and fell 84-80.
Looking ahead for the UWF basketball teams this week, it'll be 3 games in 6 days for both teams. Coming back to the UWF Fieldhouse and hosting West Georgia on Thursday in a GSC doubleheader, and then going on the road to face Alabama Huntsville on Saturday, and then North Alabama on Sunday. So starting with the women, what can we look forward to in that stretch now that the team has picked up their first conference win and looking to turn things around?
Well, hopefully we can see more good, efficient offensive play. We mentioned Shariah Scott playing so well in the last couple of games. Jessica Young has 31 total rebounds in the last 2 games combined. She's played well. And I tell you, Kelsey Hughes has started the last 2 games at the point and has really played well, has only turned the ball over 1 time in 52 total minutes of court time. That's a pretty amazing statistic. So hopefully more good, efficient offense taking care of the basketball from Coach Shannon Bergen's team. Great opportunity to get a second straight win at home and then off on the road. Hopefully a payback game with Alabama Huntsville. You know, we kind of owe them one the way that game ended at the UWF Fieldhouse, and then an opportunity to beat North Alabama as well. On the men's side, they've shown a lot of progress, I think, and some guys are really starting to put together good, consistent performances. Marquise Mathis has been very good lately. He had a double-double, I believe, on Sunday. Mike Wisman had a fantastic game on Sunday. Jamar Moore as well. If the Argos keep playing like they did on Sunday, that first GSC win is going to come sooner rather than later. Hopefully it comes on Thursday against West Georgia. Of course, before we get to Thursday's basketball doubleheaders, it's baseball season here at UWF. Mike Jeffcoat's team, I know, is ready to take the diamond. They've got Montevallo coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday.
That's right, Montevallo at home, weather permitting, obviously,
sure.
As we do have some rain in the forecast.
Right.
But season is scheduled to open up Tuesday, 6 o'clock first pitch, and then playing Montevallo again in the second game of the two-game series Wednesday at 3, and then going on the road to face Rollins, a team that is nationally ranked and went to the regional last year. So it'll be a busy first week of the season for the Argonauts, but expectations very high for the team this year, coming off the GSC East Division Championship, and lots of returners back. Jason Postel, a preseason all-region pitcher, and Daniel Vargas Vila also back with the starting lineup, and plenty back in the position players for the starting lineup as well. So looking forward to the first pitch of the season coming up this week for UWF baseball.
Of course, we're less than 2 weeks away from both the tennis and softball seasons getting started here at West Florida. So quickly, let's review the schedule and how you can be a part of it. This week, it starts, weather permitting, Tuesday at 6 and Wednesday at 2 o'clock, I believe, 3 o'clock. Baseball here at UWF against Montevallo. You can listen to those games live at goargos.com. Thursday, a basketball doubleheader, women's and men's tip-off against West Georgia, 5 o'clock start. You can watch that live at goargos.com. And then this weekend, it's basketball doubleheader Saturday and Monday at Huntsville and North Alabama. Listen live at goargos.com. And then weekend baseball at Rollins. And, of course, you can listen live right here at goargos.com.